All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by CoinTrader Inc. Mind your money, and recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Well, I am writing a book. I do not have the title. That will be a work in progress. I believe it's going to be good. A lot of things that I will not say. I'll say I'm leaving it for the book. Read about it. As I mentioned, I don't know the title, but I have a lot of chapters, you know. I think one of the most recent will be Recall. You know, accused of sleeping with half the city of New Orleans, both genders and all pronouns.
What?
I'm known as Teddy sometimes, and then Teddy other times.
This is Teddy, little Teddy, the other Teddy, strong, all over the road, New Orleans.
All over the road, New Orleans, the podcast. We'd like to thank all of our listeners, followers, and subscribers for 4 good seasons, and welcome to the show.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another All Over the Road podcast. Yeah. And I'm here with my friend Derek. What the heck is going on, by the way? We're going to talk a little then and now coming up. So hang around. Times are changing. You got to be ready for the change because that's what David said.
Still don't know what I was waiting for. And my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets. And every time I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was
That's what he said. He said, turn and face the change, Derek.
So I
face the
turned
crap.
myself to face me.
You facing the change,
never
Derek?
caught a glimpse.
Huh?
Is that menopause? Is that the change?
Y'all know Derek.
I'm much too fast.
Famous
to take
TV star.
that test.
Come on, baby. Here we go.
Turn and face the strange changes. Don't wanna be a richer man.
Okay, it's All Over the Road, the podcast in New Orleans, and I got to tell you, Derek, it's good to have you here because I'm very excited about your new career. Of course, Derek, you know, is a fixture on this podcast. He's an entertainment spectacular all in himself. He's the man that sports the most beautiful red chest hairs you'll ever see. He calls them what now? Chest?
That would be my sternum bush.
Go again. It's the what?
That would be my sternum bush.
Your sternum bush.
Yeah, that's the scientific technical term.
And that's what made you famous on HGTV.
It's the moneymaker. Yeah, I got this bad boy insured right here.
You know, I heard that when they're ready to cancel that show, they said, you know what, Derek, we want to cancel the show, but we want to keep those chest hairs if that's possible.
Yeah.
I got Derek in here because, number one, I wanted to catch up with you. Because it's been a while since you've been on.
It has been a while.
And Teddy's on his way here, by the way. Everybody knows Teddy. But I want to do this thing, this then and now thing, because it really kind of disturbs me a little bit when I talk about this then and now. So here's the situation. All right. And you know, there's certain things that just don't happen anymore in our lives. Okay. And so this will give us an idea. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to talk about then. All right, Derek. Remember then? Back then, you drive. I don't know. You may not be old enough to remember this. And there are parts of the country where some of this still happens, and there may be a resurgence of it. But when I was growing up, okay, my mom would go like this. She'd go, fill it up, $5 premium. Okay, fill it up, $5 premium. Gas was like 15 cents, a gallon. And they had this guy. He'd come out, he's got the jumper on. He's got his name up there, Bill. His name's on the thing. He's got the jumper.
Oh, yeah.
He comes out. He's drying his hands. He's got grease on his hands. Puts that red handkerchief, puts it in his back pocket. He goes, hey, what you need? Give me $5 premium. He goes, coming right up. You're in your car. You don't leave your car.
Nope.
You don't have to get out and pump no gas. You're in your car. You're in your car, going through your stuff, going through your pocketbook, going through your billfold. Guy comes around, he starts pumping the gas. And all of a sudden, guess what happens after that? He pops the hood. He pops the hood. He pops the hood of your vehicle. He pops it. He's in there. He's looking around. He's looking for a loose wire or maybe some kind of leak or something. He's looking around. And guess what he does? He pulls out the rag and he pulls out the dipstick of your vehicle and he does what's called, he checks your oil. Yeah. Here, half quart low, Derek. You're half quart low here. Go ahead, throw it in there. What is it? Was it 50 cents a can? Go ahead, throw it in there. All right. Then, all of a sudden, he takes out the squeegee. And he starts squeegeeing he starts squeegeeing your windshield, side windows, mirrors, everything there's getting squeegeed.
Absolutely. There's actually a guy that right off the interstate over here off Claiborne that will do that, and you have to pay him to go away. That's the difference in services from then and now.
Was he using newspaper? Because that's what they use. They use the newspaper. What is it about newspaper that gets your windshield clean? I mean, really, that's what they use is the newspaper.
I actually did not know that.
Yes.
I've done full service one time, and when I was on a trip in Oregon because it was still illegal at the time in Oregon to fill up your own gas.
There's now only 2 states, Oregon and New Jersey, that only have full service gas stations. Both states feel that the general public just can't be trusted, that it would be a fire hazard to allow the general public to pump their own gas.
Yeah, and they check your tires and all that kind of stuff. And the one thing, too, is that when they leave, they go, thank you very much, and they give you a big old smile, whether they had a full set of chompers or not. That's another thing, and they'd say, have a nice day. Okay, so that was then.
Absolutely.
Now what do you do?
Yeah.
Now what do you do is you pull up right up to the tank. You take out your little credit card. You stick it in there. Okay. And then it tells you, all right, you're ready to pump the gas, and you pump the gas. But in my case, I'm usually there, and I got to pee.
Oh.
And then normally you go there, and they give you this big thing to go use the bathroom on the key thing with a big old,
a baseball
Advil. And what is it? Anvil at the end.
Yeah.
And then you go in, or it doesn't work, so you end up having to open up both the passenger door and your door, and you kind of sit there like you're fiddling around with something and you're peeing.
Right.
I mean, that's what before you could leave your car, go pee. The guy's working on your car. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. So that was then, and of course now it's completely different. We all know that. Yeah. And in some cases, some women hate to get out and pump their own gas, especially in some of these neighborhoods. So
yeah.
That was then. Of course, now.
I mean, I'm no lady, but I sometimes feel like I don't want to get out of the car at some of these gas stations, especially around town. I was running, my gas light came on. This was probably 2 weeks ago. I was en route to Slidell.
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, the gas light's on. I'm in New Orleans East. What do? I got a long bridge ahead of me. What am I going to do? And so I did. I pulled off. It was the Reed Boulevard exit. I pulled off, and I got just the minimum amount of gas that I knew. Okay, this will get me to Slidell.
Just a quick little pop.
Is just I'm sure the credit card,
like a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah,
boom,
exactly.
Boom. It's like having a Jaeger bomb there.
So, but
I will tell you what you do if you ever have a situation where you are in New Orleans East on foot. It's real simple. You just what you call serpentine. You serpentine. You know what serpentine is, not there?
Absolutely. No, you don't stay in a straight line. You just
yeah. You don't ever run in a straight line because it makes you easier to shoot.
Exactly.
You got a serpentine. I don't know. I haven't serpentined lately, but maybe that's something we should keep up on. Every once in a while, you take the family out in the backyard and say, "Hey, let's just practice some serpentining."
This is just New Orleans East training.
You keep your head down. Bull your neck. You bull your neck. But I remember the days too. These days, the old days. Then you go into a McDonald's. Okay, you go into McDonald's, you walk up to the counter. You got somebody there dressed to the T's in a bolo tie. I'm serious. Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? Chipper, cheerful, lovely. You can order me. Now, in those days, there was no Big Mac, although I understand overseas, or a quarter pounder with cheese. And overseas, that's called the Cheeseburger Royale. Did you know that?
I believe it was Pulp Fiction that taught me the.
Pulp Fiction.
That movie taught me other things as well. But.
It's a Cheeseburger Royale. There's no quarter pounder with cheese. It's a Cheeseburger Royale. Okay, but in those days, it was just this, Derek. You had your hamburger. Okay. Hamburger. Mustard, pickle, mustard, ketchup, pickle, onion. That's on your hamburger. To this day, it's on your hamburger. You get your hamburger, you got your cheeseburger, you got your fry, you could even have a soft drink, or you had the chocolate shake, which now, believe it or not, the chocolate shake is coming. Okay. For the longest time, all the McDonald's shake machines weren't working. Now, you've had that experience. You go to McDonald's with the shake machine. You want to order a shake. It's on the menu. It's right there. I'll take the shake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the shake machine doesn't work. Okay. Well, what? Okay, apparently, you translate that. It's the shake machine is not working. So, a 90-something% of the McDonald's in the last 10 years, you order a shake, the shake machine was not working. Now, it's impossible. These are just people. These are MFs that just don't want to make shakes. These MFs, they don't want to make shakes, Derek.
Right.
Okay, so. And by the way, if you go to McDonald's now, you can see they got a big advertisement. The shakes are coming back. Did you see that?
Well, there was a big class action lawsuit. I don't know if you knew that.
No,
because
talk to me.
It was a class action lawsuit a few years ago because people kept complaining about the fact they were advertising, getting people into the door with the idea, we got ice cream. We don't have ice cream. Yeah. And so there was a gigantic lawsuit, and McDonald's then they've had to revamp the entire program. So, but for a while there, it was they were,
and I liked their shakes.
Yeah, so I want to say it was like the 60s, it was real ice cream, and then maybe the early 70s they flipped over as powder.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was a powder ice cream.
I've seen them do it. They dump it in the machine. They put in the ice.
And then I think they eventually came back to the real ice cream. But apparently the machines, it's very labor intensive to clean. That was what McDonald's kept saying. Like we just don't have the employees to be able to clean it. And then every now and again you hear the story about the guy who like threw the bleach in the machine, then forgot to like flush the and then somebody who
when you don't clean them, you get an unfortunate visit from one of my family members rather. His name is Uncle Salmonella. Uncle Sal. I'm Uncle Salmonella. You feel like crap, don't you? Because I'm Uncle Sal, I make you feel like crap. Plus, you go into McDonald's in the old days, you walk there, you got the chipper person, the bolo tie, everything's clean, it's right in front of you. You look behind the counter, there's a big old grill, and guess what's on the grill?
What's that?
Hamburgers.
I don't believe it.
Hamburgers on the grill. Hamburgers, buns on the grill. There's a microwave in the. I don't think the microwave was even invented then. No microwave. You said you just saw the documentary on the Crocs, right?
Yeah, the founder. It's on Netflix right now. But yeah, no, it's the old McDonald's as it once was with the wholesome family. You know, I would love it if that returned. But you know, we get what we get now.
What is it now, then, Derek? Tell me what it is now.
Well, what it is now. I mean,
enlighten me.
Enlighten me. Well, I mean, they did want quality control across the world. So supposedly, you should be able to get any burger on that menu, and it tastes the same everywhere you go. So you know
that's not true.
Yeah, I mean I'm not. One side of New Orleans to the other, I can get a different tasting burger. So
I'll tell you what the best McDonald's is in New Orleans, hands down, and you'll get a real McDonald's experience there, and that's Dalman Road. No kidding. It's Dalman Road, right in the shadows of the high rise.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you. That guy's like Mr. McDowell from Coming to America. That guy runs a tight freaking McDonald's.
Right.
So if you want to do that, but you know, in those days, I don't even know what they do now. What do they do? I see them with little trays and the microwaves, and so do these burgers come already cooked?
I really don't know. I know a lot of places market themselves that they're never frozen like the other guys, and they never, obviously, for liability purposes, never actually mention who the other guys are. I have to think McDonald's is probably frozen. I have to think.
It'd have to be, and then Burger King too. I remember you used to go in there and you could see them coming off the conveyor belt. They're dropping into it. They're coming through there. They're getting flame broiled now.
Right.
I don't know what the heck's going on there either.
No.
That was then. Now, yeah.
Yeah, now we just get annoying Whopper.
And you get the lettuces all thrown off, and there's like too much crap. It's just a mess. And of course, I was telling my granddaughter Harper that in the old days, you know, first of all, she wanted to know why some of the TV wasn't in color. And I told her that it wasn't until about the mid-1960s that they did something in color. It was Technicolor at the time. And then I was telling her about the remote control. Now, some of these young people, you may be even young enough, you think that the remote control has been around as long as the television, Derek, but that's not true.
Right.
I remember many times getting told by my father, my daddy, nice guy, many of you know him, Victor, get your ass up and change the damn television channel because I want to watch Laughing. You know, Laughing. That was the big show back then. Okay, so, and then I was telling Harper too, I mean, I was saying, you know, there was a time when you would, what was I thinking? If you had to call somebody, you're on the road, you have to call somebody. Well, what do? You go, you pull over, you go in this little booth, this little phone booth. It's on the corner. It's kind of, you know, you go in there, you put a dime in there, and you make a phone call. You talk a couple minutes, and then some lady comes on. Excuse me, can you put in 20 more cents? I mean, remember that? It was called the phone booth.
I remember those.
Now, you know, you got people doing what they do on Veterans Memorial Boulevard. And that's when they check their socialist media. They can call anybody they want. They can text anybody. It's like it's their own little private amusement.
Yeah.
You know, right there in their car. I mean, that was then. You know, this is now.
Yeah. No, I actually do remember the phone booth banks in the mall when I was a kid. And this was in the late 80s. And I thought it was enjoyable to be able to, make a collect call, absolutely. And now I guarantee you, if I ask most young people under the age of 20 what a collect call is, they'd have no idea.
No, you get a collect call today, that means somebody's in prison.
Exactly.
You know, somebody's locked up. Collect call means, honey, I'm locked up. won't be home tonight. Listen, I've got a major announcement to make here and an offer to make to my friend Derek. Now, you do know that Derek is our official All Over the Road New Orleans podcast meteorologist. He's got a degree from Penn State University, the university in Happy Valley, where Joe Pa was the coach. They tore down a statue and hit it with many, many shoes, many hard sole shoes. And Derek is going to be, of course, you've seen his hurricane coverage, and we're getting ready to roll into hurricane season here again, right? When does that start?
June 1st.
June 1st.
Right around the corner.
Be on your toes.
Yeah.
And you can follow all of his reports, not only on his Facebook page, but also on our All Over the Road Facebook page. But I've got an offer to make to Derek, okay, and a major announcement to make to Derek. And I'm going to do the follow-up on Then and Now when we come back, when All Over the Road, the podcast continues. Be right back.
Gas was usually a few cents more per gallon, and then most people also left a tip to the attendant.
I don't care what people tell you, inflation is here. They're about ready to put a tax on beef, a tax on pork. Have you seen the price of milk? Inflation is here. Shortages are here. And financially, you got to figure out what the heck you're going to do with excess cash. They call it discretionary income. Well, the best thing that you need to do is to contact our friends at Coin Trader Inc. They deal in all the precious metals, rare coins. It's completely private. You don't need a social security number. You could be Bozo the Clown and open an account with Coin Trader. They've been around for 15 years. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Call them today and protect your hard-earned wealth. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rare U.S. and ancient coins. They're experts in all that stuff. Give them a call at 504-267-6004 and tell them the king of all podcasts sent you.
This All Over the Road New Orleans podcast is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.
Back to the big show. It's Derek, my guest. This is Victor Del Giorno, All Over the Road podcast. Now, back in January, Derek, we talked about that was then. This is what McDonald's was like then. This is what, what was the other thing we talked about? The gas stations were then. Phone booths were then, and now everything's a hassle. You get in a situation where you have to, deal with fraud on your credit card. And you got to call those phone banks. They get for calling Chase. You get these people. And I always just say, Chase, can I talk to somebody in America? Just anybody. I don't care if they're in Antwerp, Ohio. Just let me talk to somebody here in America. Somebody that's breathing the same air I'm breathing. Everything that you have to do is like a big old hassle. All right. Well, and God forbid you ever have some kind of legal problem. Everything's, I'm still waiting for money for Hurricane Ida. It was 2 years ago. I haven't gotten paid a cent on this stuff out of my house. So this is the world we live in now. Everything is a hassle. We got all this technology, but everything seems to be more difficult. Am I wrong here?
No.
Am I just an old rambling old man?
No, I'm a young whippersnapper, okay. And I feel the same. So
okay, so Derek, listen to this. I'm down in Orange Beach at this event, and I'm out one night. I'm cruising around Orange Beach, Floribama area.
Oh yeah,
and I'm going to this restaurant, and apparently I blew through this construction zone that was 15-mile-an-hour construction going 65 miles an hour.
That's okay.
Okay, so I get pulled over. I get hassled pretty much, hassled to the T, and my insurance card was wrong. I had to look it up on my phone. But anyway, it was only about a 1-hour diversion, and then I was on my way. They gave me a ticket. They say, call this number in the morning. I call the number in the morning. They goes, okay, sure, Mr. Dunn. You got the, that's a big ticket. That's $250. I'm okay, fine. I go, is it going to go on my record? Well, I say, yeah, it'll go on your record unless you do an online
defensive driving.
Oh yeah, of course. I said, okay, well, let me pay the $250 and plead guilty, and I'll take the course. And so then I get this. So I paid the $250. I had to go to the post office, stand in line with all the flunkos, and get a $250 money order and send it off to Orange Beach, Florida. Okay, so it's just a couple days after I send it, I get the. Now this stuff does not happen in this country anymore. I don't think this doesn't happen. All right, okay, so here you go. Check this out, Derek. This is beautiful.
This is Pam Davis. I'm the court director with the Orange Beach Municipal Court. Would you please give me a call when you've got a minute? Area code 251-981-2444. Your speeding ticket, the judge has set aside your guilty plea and is dismissing these tickets. There was a glitch in the statute that was generated by the state computer, so in the interest of fairness, everything's being dismissed. I need to verify your mailing address so I can send you back a refund check. The address on your...
Okay, I'm going to give you my address, man.
Wow.
I was floored.
724.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Or get a new mailing
I'm
address.
guilty of sin.
Again, Sam Davis,
I called him back. I told him, I said, hey, people, I am guilty of sin.
Thank you.
Well, you let me off the hook here. I'm guilty. I am positively. I blew through there. I could have hit somebody.
Easily.
I was hammered. No, I wasn't, but I was guilty of sin, Derek.
That's a good day.
It's a good day. So I pass it around. I'm telling all my friends about it and everything. And then, no kidding. A few days later, I get the check in the mail, and it was closure. And that was that. I mean, this is like, I mean, you live a life. You could live a lifetime not get a voice message. I'm never erasing that voice message.
No. I played that at my funeral. I played that at my funeral on loop. You know, it's just.
Oh my God. Okay, so now here it is. First of all, before I lead into this, I'm going to tell you a little story here. I'm over at the Pepper Mill, Roccabono's Pepper Mill.
It's a great place.
Yeah, for those of you here in the New Orleans area, you know about the Roccabono's and their Pepper Mill. Been around freaking forever.
Severn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're over there, and it's a kind of a place that you go in, and a guy like me, who's, I guess, I don't know, am I in the downslope of life? I'm a little past middle age, maybe. I don't know. Once you're 60-something, I don't know. I'm early 60s. But I feel very young in there. You've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when I go in there, I tell them, hey, can me and Martha have a table in the no choking section, please? We want to be away from the chokers. Okay. I don't know how to do the Heineken, so I'm of no use to you. So put me in another place. So,
is it the Heimlich? Is that the...
Oh, the Heimlich. Okay.
Yeah.
What did I call it?
You call it the Heineken?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
A nice beer, you know.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
So, very refreshing. Crisp and clean, as a matter of fact. So, we're going in the place, and I'm a sir. Let me tell you something. Anybody that knows me will tell you I have a heart for the elderly, although I'm pretty much catching up to these people. And I spent the whole weekend traveling and putting up old people's bags and pulling their bags down and all this kind of stuff. So we're getting ready to go in the restaurant, and so here comes a couple guys coming out. One of them has got a walker and a bag for oxygen. So he comes out and helps with the door, and then the other guy comes out. He's got one of the big 3-prongers.
Oh, yeah.
And he's holding the door for me. He goes like this to me. He goes, hey, now if I can only make it to the parking lot. So I look at him. I go, well, you got some nice shoes. He has some good, those real wide shoes. They're like tennis rackets. I mean, they're really wide. The wide base. Get that good base. I go, dude, you got the shoes for it. You got the 3-prong. You're in good shape. I go, you didn't think I was going to walk you to your car, didn't you? And he goes, I guess not. He goes, but can I borrow $10? This is a true story. The guy wanted to borrow $10. All right, I'm going to make you an offer, Derek. You cannot refuse.
Okay.
Okay, when we come back, All Over the Road, the podcast, right here on All Over the Road Podcast Network. My boy, Derek.
All over the road, come and lie. All over the road, come and lie. All over the road, come and lie. All over the road, come and lie.
Hey, so I'm gonna do this anonymously. We actually work in the movie and film industry out in New Orleans and also in various other states. And what is happening in New Orleans is that no one is really paying attention to is that the crime is actually having an effect on the movie industry. That's the biggest money getter in New Orleans that no one really even talks about. So the film industry typically was out in Harahan and out in Metairie. Not going to say where exactly, but out in those areas. And the crime is spilling over there, and it's getting so bad that the film production companies are actually moving their productions to Mobile, Alabama, and also into Florida. They're still getting the same tax benefits, but they don't have to worry about their safety. So they're filming in places like Fairhope, Alabama. They're filming in places like Mobile, Northern Mobile. They still get the swamp look, they still get the city look, but without the crime. So, or near as much safety concerns. So, something to kind of keep in mind. And also in Florida, they're filming everywhere from Pensacola all the way across through the Panhandle and into mid Florida. So, which is not good. It's not good for the finance, the financial status of the city. And it's not good for employment opportunities because it does employ a lot of folks, from catering companies to clothing stores to restaurants to, suppliers, home decor places, interior decoration places that people own out there. Real businesses, that are affected by the film industry moving out because of the crime. And this is something that no one wants to speak about. No one wants to talk about. And people are really silent. They only see tourism, but tourism is not the main driver of money coming into the city. When we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, it's the film industry. So, and that's being affected. So, just FYI, just an anonymous tip. Hope y'all have a great day. You have a blessed morning, blessed afternoon, blessed evening, and appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Call 504-60-3673. Say whatever you want. Call anytime 50-460-3673.
You'll be on the next show.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc.
All right, it's All Over the Road, the podcast, the king of all podcasting. Bestowed upon me by J.P. Power and Associates with Derek from HGTV's Telling the Big Easy. He's a realtor. He's a soon-to-be daddy.
Soon to be.
And we haven't announced that on the show yet.
Not yet.
Soon-to-be daddy. Now, how you feel about that? What's going on? Everything's good. Elizabeth, your smoking hot wife, she's doing good. I sense she's gaining all kinds of confidence.
Oh, yeah. No, it's she's loving every moment of this. So, and it's something we've been trying for a couple of years. So now that it's happening, obviously it's surreal. But, this is a full disclosure show. This is transparency.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of freaking out a little. So
I tell you, the first one, I remember when we had Katie. And we brought her back to the house. And this friend of mine in Mississippi made us this. He was a great woodworker, did great woodwork. His name was Talmadge. And he built this beautiful cradle. And Martha and I both got her and put her in the cradle, looked at her. We looked at each other. And well, now what the frig do we do? And really, that's what happens. You'll figure it out. I mean, it's kind of like, other than it's just instinct. Other than eating your young, you'll know how to take care of them.
Right.
But that's because you're excited, huh? You're working on the nursery?
Oh yeah. That's been the main objective for the last several weeks.
And the gender is female.
Gender is female.
And will remain female.
It will remain.
I hope you can.
We're taking out a lot,
make sure that try to do your best with that.
I'm going to do my best.
But you never know. Hey, not there's anything wrong with it.
There used to be the old, as long as she stays off the pole thing, it's a good father. Let's just keep the pronouns and the genders consistent. We'll call it a win. So
that's good. Everything else is good, huh? Business is picking up. Good stuff.
Yeah. No, real estate, it's definitely, springtime throughout the country is typically the good time, for the real estate world. So good things.
Well, unfortunately, we were going to do the weenie races over at the fairgrounds. We weren't able to do it because we had another event that competes with it, so we weren't able to do it. But I just want to say hi to all the people over at the fairgrounds that participated in the weenie race. It was a big success. It always is. Have you ever heard of it? You ever been there?
Is it little dachshunds that run? Oh,
yes.
Those are always great.
Oh, it's an awesome event. They have it every year. Maybe next year we'll be able to make it because it coincides with something else. Okay.
Can you wager on those as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. They give you a guide. They give you a dog, a race guide and everything. They tell you about this dog, that dog. He runs this. And, oh yeah. It's an amazing event. It really is.
Is this
people come dressed up like it's Mardi Gras? It's a big deal. We're going to do that event. We apologize we couldn't do it this year, but we are definitely going to do it. Okay. So here is I got an idea.
Okay.
And it'll be a new fixture on the podcast. And now it won't necessarily be on every show, but we'll probably have it on maybe every other show. We'll do a segment.
Okay.
All right. And, people that live here in New Orleans and people that used to like to come here and visit, what's the thing that they want to do here most other than party? What do they want to do?
Eat.
They want to eat.
Yeah.
Correct. And that's what people, and these food shows on TV, they're just not, see, we need to come up with a TV. We need to go to discover your people. Say, hey, we got a show. I got this guy. He's an Italian guy. He's like my uncle.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to go around and we're going to go to people's kitchens. We're going to teach them about Italian cooking. We're going to make them use the mutt bean. I've talked about the mutt bean before. The mutt bean, the rag you pass around the table.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
But people, they love these cooking shows. And they love to eat. And people that don't live here, and many of you listening right now, you'd love to hear about New Orleans culture. You'd love to hear about, the food and the parties and all that. So we're going to introduce a brand new segment on the show that I would like for you to do with me.
Okay.
Because Ted can't do it because he lives, 50, 60 miles away, whatever it is.
Right.
And it's going to be called Victor Eats.
I like it.
Victor Eats. And we're going to go around. We're going to eat some restaurants. And then as we get it gets big, we start eating for free. Maybe we eat for free anyway.
I like this. I like this idea.
So here's some of the. Tell me if you've been to any. Here's some places that I had picked out.
Okay.
I have never been to any one of these places.
Okay.
All right. Now, the first place is a place in your neighborhood that years and years and years ago, before I was married, I got thrown out of the place. Okay. I got tossed out of the place. It's in your neighborhood. It's called Mama's Place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, Mama's Place has the chef that used to be, he was a chef somewhere, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember. But anyway, he was a real chef at a real restaurant, and now he bought Mama's Place, and they're serving food over there, and I hear it's incredible.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I went to, I think it was probably 2020 was the last time we went to Mama's Place, because it was one of the few places that was like open.
And they were serving food?
They were serving food. Great burgers. Burgers.
Well, this new guy apparently is the guy.
Okay.
So that'll be a place. So you've been there. How about this one? It's in the CBD, in the Warehouse District. It's called Aotr Rooftop Bar.
Never. I haven't been to that one. No.
I mean, there's so many restaurants I've never been to.
I have people who will come visit, and they'll sometimes buy homes. When they do, and they'll ask me. If I you're right, sometimes buy homes. But yeah, no, they'll tell me about these restaurants. They're like, oh, but you probably are there all the time. I'm like, I've never even heard of the place.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's located on the top of the Ace Hotel. It's got the best hangout for swimming, drinking, and eating. So you can bring your swim trunks.
Absolutely. You got to wait 30 minutes, though. Yeah. 30 minutes before you get by that pool.
And that's one of the main reasons why I want to go. I want to do this one in the summer, and we're going to do some swimming, too.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
And you just put the sunscreen on that pink skin.
It's
get you. All right, the other one, you've probably been to this one. This is a famous one, although I've never been there, and I've always wanted to try it, is Annunciation.
I've never actually been.
Really?
Yeah, never been to Annunciation.
Annunciation. It's got a great wine selection. They're known for their great wine selection and their Creole and Southern dishes. And they have upscale entrees like, of course, filet mignon, roasted duck, veal Marcella. It's supposed to be very good. Okay. And so that's over on Annunciation Street. It's called Annunciation. We're going to try that place. Okay. What about this place? Bar Marilou.
No. Is it Bar Merrill or Marilou?
Bar Marilou.
Nope, never been to that one either.
And you know what? It's on Carondelet Street.
Okay.
All right. It's a French style bar, cocktail scene, all kinds of places. They serve a great scallop, apparently, some scallops. I love scallops. At one time, I was allergic to them. I don't think I am anymore. That would be the place where we try it.
Okay.
We'd see if I'm still allergic.
We'll bring the EpiPen just in case.
Don't you think that's a good idea?
Absolutely.
Hey, let's give Vic a scallop and see what the frick happens.
This is a great content.
Okay, yeah. I mean, by then, I'll have my new teeth, which are coming soon.
I'm excited about
coming
these.
soon. April, I'll have new teeth.
This is exciting.
As a matter of fact, I brought the teeth up here. Hold on a second. Here, take a look at them.
Wow, these are. Have these been in your mouth?
No, they haven't been in my mouth.
Okay.
No, these are just they're like clay things.
Wow, these
take
are.
a look at those.
Wow,
That's what they're going to look like, but they're going to be really white.
Wow,
you like them?
These are. This. You're gonna.
Now the next place I've been to before, I just want to go again. All right, it's called Briquette. You've been to Briquette.
I've been to Briquette. Yeah.
Should we do that one?
Yeah. No, I'm down for Briquette.
Yeah, we should do Briquette after we've done a few, and we can tell people how people love it, and we'll eat free for there.
These are some great teeth. I'm just gonna say, I'm excited.
Beautiful.
I'm excited for you.
Oh, look at them.
Yeah.
I would want to do the front ones a little bigger, but they said no.
No. This is solid. You got some good teeth people out there. So that's they're steering you in the right way.
Yeah, but they still charge you.
Yeah.
They still charge you. Okay. The other one is Carmo. Have you heard of Carmo?
I've never even heard of it.
Never heard of Carmo. It's on Julia Street. Now, a lot of this stuff are places that you and I don't go.
Yeah. Well, I'm down there with work. That's the Warehouse District, then I'm assuming. So, yeah, no, I'm down there with work, but usually I'm like, I'm getting out of here now. So,
well, they do a Caribbean type of stuff. So they do like the jerk, and they do Southeast Asia stuff. Like they'll do some pho.
Okay.
It's just a really eclectic. I never said this word on the show before. It's eclectic.
Eclectic.
It's eclectic.
It's a great word.
It's a great, and so I'm going to try that. I really want to try that place. The other one is called Commons Club New Orleans. It's on Barone.
And again, another one that I've never even heard of.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And just to name a few other ones, we got Flamingo A Go-Go.
Been there.
On Magazine. Oh, you have?
I've been to Flamingo A Go-Go.
And how's that place?
It was a pretty happening little environment down there. So it's very colorful.
Okay, and these are some of the things we'll talk about, but mainly we're going to talk about the food.
Yeah.
But, atmosphere is important to some people.
Absolutely.
Josephine Estelle.
I've heard of it. I've never been.
Yeah, no, that place I've heard really good things about. It's Italian recipes with like Italian flavors. They do a 48-hour braised beef short rib. 48 hours.
It's a long time. It's a long time. That's a lot. That's a risk. You're making this thing for 2 days.
I hope people buy it. I can just see our listeners and followers right now just drooling all over the place. Thinking, when's this thing going to start? It's going to start soon. We're just kind of mapping out a plan. Then we got Stumpy's Hatchet House.
Stumpy's.
It's on Poitras.
Okay.
These are all downtown places.
Yeah.
And, just to name a few other. That's just the name of it.
I feel like any place called Stumpy's is going to be good. It's just from the name alone, I can go, yeah, that's going to be good.
This place I've been, but I want to go again. The Ugly Dog Saloon. Of course, we'll do Willa Jean. We'll do Crescent City Brew House. These are some of the places we'll do. Evangeline, House of Blues, Jimmy J's Cafe, Jinx Bar and Grill, Kingfish. And I've never been to Kingfish.
I've never been either.
And so we're going to try it out here. That's all going to be on our new segment called Victor Eats. You do not want to miss Victor Eats. What do you think? Are you accepting the job?
I'm 100%. I mean, food and I'm. That's pretty much my favorite. That's my favorite hobby at this point. So,
all right, well, business is picking up. We got some events coming up. Hopefully, you can join us at Derek. And then, real quick, I just want to talk about the World Baseball Classic. Okay, the World Baseball Classic is going on right now. And it's going to be going on until the 21st of March. What do you think? I mean, Derek, you're a sports guy. What do you think about some of these guys leaving their spring training sites and then going? Oh, by the way, I want to let you know that we're going to have Coach Joe Sherman from Delgado Junior College on again. We're going to do our picks for baseball in the next couple of shows. But what do you think about these guys that are playing Major League Baseball, leaving their spring training sites and going to play in this tournament?
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's not every year, so it's a special thing, and these guys get to represent their country. There's something about wearing your country colors and getting out there and competing. I'm for it. I mean, I've been to spring training multiple times for the Houston Astros, and honestly, I mean, most guys that are down there, the young guys, they're taking it seriously. The older guys, they're there till about 11. Then they're out golfing that afternoon. They don't care. So I think it's great. I think it'd be fun to see some competitive, and it always surprises you. Every one of these that rolls through. Japan was good. Cuba is always fielding, but then you get these other Korea. smaller countries that you're like, I didn't even know that they even fielded a baseball team. I didn't even know they even knew about baseball. But yeah, no, I love it. Yeah,
like the Netherlands are one of those.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that a little while ago. Yeah, so it's, I'd say I'd still put my money on the U.S., though.
I will say this. This was a league or an event that was started by Tommy Lasorda years ago. Tommy Lasorda is the founder of the World Baseball Classic. And it's every 4 years like the Olympics. Now, there hasn't been one in 6 years because of the COVID interruption. The last one they had 6 years ago was in San Diego for the quarterfinals, and I went. It was awesome. It was the United States, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, and Dominican Republic.
Okay,
it was awesome.
Yeah,
and then of course they had the semifinals there, and then the championship game was down the road up the road in Los Angeles. Well, this year they've got both the finals and the finals in Miami. So I'm thinking about going, but it's a great event.
Oh, yeah.
All the big players are playing it. And believe you me, the players love that event.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on Fox Sports, Fox Sports 1, and I guess there's a Fox Sports 2. I don't know.
I think there
might be a streaming Fox. There may be, who knows.
It'd be pretty cool if Cuba could make it, especially all the way to the finals.
Yeah, well, they're in it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they're on a lot. They're going to be on a lot. So
yeah, that's exciting.
They got a really young team. They got 16, 17-year-old players on the Cuban team.
Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking just the atmosphere in Miami because the big Cuban influence there, that'd be a good time. It'd be a really good time.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I got a job out of the deal, too. I mean, that's pretty exciting. So.
It's called Victor Eats. It's going to be coming up on All Over the Road, the podcast in New Orleans. I want to thank my special guest, Derek, for being on hand. And I want to thank everybody that came out and saw us at the St. Patrick's Day Parade. We had tens of views, Derek. Tens of views.
You're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Hey, we thank you for listening. Don't forget to share the show because sharing is caring. God bless y'all. We'll see you later.
Coming to Coin Trader Studios, we're bringing it live. And who am I? I go by the name of Darkest Night. And Jada Hoyos is the one who brings a sick beat, to which we're getting pumped for topics this week. So now you grab my Grexilla and take a sip, while I turn it over to Katie, Nick, Ted, and Vic. It's all over. We're all over the road. We got a brand new show, so just lo and behold, from the bayou to the city to the burbs to the swamps, you better know what time it is when you're hearing that.
I am writing a book. I do not have the title. That will be a work in progress. believe it's going to be good. A lot of things that I will not say. I'll say I'm leaving it for the book. Read about it. As I mentioned, I don't know the title, but I have a lot of chapters, you know. I think one of the most recent will be Recall. But it's rooted and grounded in doing the work, literally from day one. And my service to the city of New Orleans did not just start with becoming mayor. I have a track record, and I'll let that track record really speak to not only the work, speak to my character, and speak to my ability to stay focused and grounded in that, doing the work.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by CoinTrader Inc. For real-time prices on gold, silver, palladium, and platinum 24/7, go to goldpricesnow.com. That's goldpricesnow.com.
We thank you all. This is the announcer guy speaking. For 4 seasons and All Over the Road, the podcast, New Orleans.